Welcome on in to another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry. It looks like it's going to be a solo show today. So I will break down what I have on the slate, and then I do have some best bets from Nick, Tim, and Jake that I will go over as well after the show. So it'll be a bit of a shorter show today, but that's all right. Definitely still some free picks. Coming off a good day yesterday, so the losing streak is over. I'm looking to keep things going on to today. The first game here is thanks, Kev. Welcome on in. The first game here is Mets and the Reds. Peterson against Ashcraft here. Looking at the odds right now, I'll refresh it as well. If you want to take the Mets on the money line, you're looking at minus 164. If you want to back the underdog Reds, plus 155. You can find the Mets run line anywhere from minus 103 to minus 115 or minus 120. A total of 10, or you can find 9.5, depending on what you like. I took the Mets first 5 minus a half, which I got at plus 100. I like the Mets I like the Mets, actually, I think I got minus 110. Minus 110. I like the Mets to win this game. But I like them to be leading after the first 5. Pitching wise, it's David Peterson on the mound for the Mets. He's been really good this year. His last start against Texas, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts. And that was kind of a bad game for him to give up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, but he still got the win. So I like the Mets to be, especially after getting shut out against the Reds yesterday. I look for them to come back today and to play better and to be leading after the first 5 innings in this one. We'll go on to the second game here. The Rangers are heading to Baltimore. Otto on the mound for the Rangers. Watkins on the mound for the Orioles. Normally, this would probably be a pass game for me. Not really a game that I'd want to get into. But after doing a deep dive here with the pitchers, Otto is really bad. He is really Glenn Otto. In his last game against the Mets, 4 hits, 4 earned runs. Against Washington, 6 hits, 6 earned runs. Actually, one good game against Seattle where he gave up 2 hits and 2 earned runs, but 5 walks in that game. So he may have got a bit lucky, but he's giving up runs. On the other side, for Baltimore, Spencer Watkins has pitched pretty well his last 2 starts against the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago White Sox. Against the Twins, he gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 1 walk in 6 innings. And against the White Sox in a win, he gave up 5 hits and no earned runs. So Watkins has been playing better as of late. So I see some value here with Baltimore. I got their first 5 plus a half yesterday at minus 125. So I look for them to be tied or winning at first 5. I think that whole game is going under, but I'm leaning to the Mets. Yeah, I want to talk you off. I want to talk you off the total either. O's money line or over. Yeah. Baltimore would be my dog of the day, but they're not. The best you can find them right now is minus 108. So the rules for the show, obviously, it has to be a plus 100 or better. So I can't choose Baltimore as my dog of the day, but I do like them here. I'm taking the first 5 plus a half. So even if it's like something like 2-2 after 5, the plus a half would win at minus 125. We'll move on along to the next one here. The Nationals and Gray on the mound are headed to Philadelphia for the second game of the series and facing the Phillies and Nola. Very big pitching advantage here for the Phillies. So I'm backing the Phillies here, minus 1.5. Let me get it here. The best odds you can find for that right now is a minus 105 at Bet99, minus 110, minus 115 at some other books. I got it for minus 102. But I like the Phillies here. Gray did have a good stretch of outings where he pitched pretty well, surprisingly. However, he came right back down to earth in his last game against Miami. He went 5.2 innings and gave up 10 hits and 6 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. And that was in Washington as well. But Miami did very well against Washington. So you got to keep that in mind as well. But I like the Phillies on the run line here. Nola on the other side. His last game against Atlanta, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, but he still won. The game before that, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts. And the game before that, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, and 8 strikeouts. So now that I'm actually looking at this, he's getting a lot of strikeouts. So let's take a look at Aaron Nola strikeouts. 6.5. Wow. So he's been getting, let me fix that here. He's been getting 8, 10, 8 strikeouts his last 3 games. Let's take a look before that. Okay, the 2 games before that, he got 6. So it's 6.5 here. He's gotten 3 games. I might be adding this. I might add the 6.5. Bet MGM minus 115 for 7 strikeouts. But for some reason, I've had some bad luck when I go with the strikeout prop. So maybe I'll just leave it alone. But that's good for a pick first 5. Yeah, with the Baltimore. And you agree with the Phillies. Awesome. Yeah, I like the Phillies. It's just a huge pitching advantage here. And overall, a better team as well with the Phillies. But we'll go on here to the 4th game. Before we get to last pitch and, of course, best bets. Keller and the Royals are headed to Houston to face Javier. All live betting alert. Unfortunately, I had the Minnesota first 5 money line, and it's 5-5. I can't believe that, Twins. So it's 5-5 in the bottom of the 5th there. I'm also on Milwaukee run line, so 1-0 there, hoping for some more runs. And I took the over in the Toronto and Oakland game, but right now, still 0-0. So we'll have to see what happens there. But back to this game, Houston against Kansas City. Houston has kind of flexed their muscles here a bit against Kansas City. Even when Kansas City is leading by 4 or 5 runs for a game, Houston comes back. Houston has just kind of dominated them here. And Javier has pitched really well, winning his last 3 games. I'll get up the stats here in a second. On the other side, Keller has not pitched well. 3-9 with a 4.24 ERA on the year. In his last game against Detroit, but that was Detroit. He did give up 5 hits, no earned runs, and 2 walks in 6 innings. But the game before that against Oakland, 8 hits, 4 earned runs. The game before that against Oakland, 1 hit, no earned runs. So in his last 3 games, he's faced Detroit and Oakland twice. And now he gets to head to Houston. This is a horrible spot for him, who he has been pitching pretty well, actually, of late. But Oakland and Detroit is not this Houston team. Christian Javier on the other side, like I said, has won his last 3 games against the Angels, the Yankees, and the White Sox. 1 hit, 1 earned run against the Angels, no hits, no earned runs against the Yankees, and 2 hits and 1 earned run against the White Sox. So he's been absolutely outstanding as of late. And I have to back him here. I took Houston minus 1.5, minus 125. You can find it for minus 128 right now at FanDuel, minus 135, minus 140 at other books. So depending on if you can get it, I would jump on that minus 1.5. I'm considering looking at the minus 2.5. If you do look at the first 5, unfortunately, the odds are gone really for that. You'd have to do the minus 1.5 or minus 1, but even the minus 1 is minus 133. So And if you took the -0.5, it's -170. So it's kind of hard to do anything with that. What do I think about Astros team total over 4.5? I was on it yesterday, but Keller has kind of pitched. He's kind of pitched much better as of late. Obviously, that was against Oakland and Detroit, but it gives me a little bit of pause that maybe they don't absolutely smash him here. It could possibly be a lower scoring game, especially with Javier on the other side. So, not sure about the Astros team total, but hey, what we've seen from the Astros the last few days is that even if Keller does pitch well and they're held to only a couple runs or less, that they can explode late. So we'll have to see there. But I like the Houston run line. BetStamp, the show sponsor. Use code WILD if you sign up. The odds behind me, all those odds are at BetStamp. You can also find my picks on there. Sign up for any new books. Use code WILD. Do your line shopping. It really helps getting the best line at whatever books are available to you. So make sure to use code WILD when signing up at BetStamp. Last pitch. I went over basically everything I have. I have 3 picks on the early games, and then obviously the 4 picks that I gave out. New York Mets, first 5 -0.5. Baltimore, first 5 +0.5. Philadelphia, -1.5 full game. And Houston, -1.5 full game. My only other bet is a 2-team parlay, which is Atlanta money line parlayed with the Dodgers money line for +109. That's my only other bet that I have today that I did not go over. So that is basically the show. A little bit of a shorter show today. I will get to best bets now, and we'll start with dog of the day. Any thoughts on the Red Sox game with a rookie pitcher? Because it's a rookie pitcher, that's probably one of the reasons why I stayed off. I didn't even know who was pitching in that game earlier. But yeah, actually, I'll quickly just kind of run through the games that I didn't pick and kind of explain why here. Angels and Marlins, that's actually a really good game as well. Ohtani against Rogers. Ohtani has pitched really well lately, but the Marlins are hot. So I didn't ultimately get to that game just because I could see the Marlins upsetting. But first 5, I'd look at the Angels depending on the price. Yankees and Pirates, I'm staying off that game. Yankees should smash in this one, but Severino on the road hasn't really been that good. I was looking at the first 5 over, but ultimately decided to stay off. And then, as the question asked here, Jay Shank asked about the rookie pitcher. I have no idea anything about him. Corey Kluber on the other side. That's a tough series, Tampa Bay and Boston. I don't really want to get to it unless there's a huge pitching advantage on one side. Kev's parlay is Atlanta -1.5 and Dodgers under 9. All right, so we're kind of similar there. I have the Dodgers money line, but hopefully they win and it stays under. The other games here, Cardinals and Braves, I have my parlay. Dodgers, I have my parlay. Giants and Diamondbacks. The Giants look like they're in trouble right now. Even though Cobb has pitched better as of late, the Giants look in trouble. So not a team I want to back right now. Kind of like my Blue Jays. They look like they're in trouble right now. So when a team's looking like they're in trouble, basically looking like they're going downhill quick, not really a team I'm going to back. So that's basically it. But we will go on to best bets now, and we will start with dog of the day. For me, no dog today. My lean would be Baltimore, but they're not a +100. Nick and Occupancy are both going with the Cardinals, and Jake and Tim are both going with the Diamondbacks in this one. And then for over or under, again, no total for me today, so I didn't pick one. The only total I have is this Toronto-Oakland over, which is not really looking too good at the moment, but lots of time there. Nick is going Washington, Philly, first 5 under 4. So is Jake. They're both going under 4. Occupancy is taking Washington Philly full game over 9. And then Tim is going to the WNBA, taking Washington and Atlanta over 156.5. We'll get to the... I think that D-backs might win over Giants. Yeah, I could see that too. I just don't really have it in me to back them. Just not a team I like to back. So, but we'll go to best bets, best parlay pieces. Sorry. And best parlay piece for me today, Dodgers money line. I like for them to kind of continue against Colorado here. Nick and Tim are taking their New York Mets, both on the money line. Occupancy is going with the Philadelphia Phillies. And Jake is going to take the Houston Astros on the money line. And for best bet, I'm going Houston -1.5, -130. Nick is taking the St. Louis Cardinals first 5, +120 on the money line. Tim is taking the New York Liberty +11.5. Occupancy is doing a 2-team parlay, taking Philly -1.5 in the first 5. Parlayed with St. Louis money line for +442. And Jake is taking Miami and LA Angels over 7 full game. That is the show. Solo show today. But hopefully there's still some winners given out. Obviously there will be. But best luck to everybody on your bets tonight. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, or if you're watching us on Twitter, come join us on YouTube. And there'll probably be a free pick video coming out later tonight. So make sure to tune into that for tomorrow's afternoon games. And best of luck on your wagers. And we will see you again tomorrow for another episode of Getting Well with Terry and Friends. Best of luck tonight, guys.